It's a strange thing to think about, but for as long as humans have been around, we've always looked up at the moon and wondered about it. There are so many theories out there about the moon. From people who believe it was made from cheese, to some people thinking that it could be a massive alien spaceship hovering above our heads. The reality is that we don't know much about the moon. It's a hard thing to wrap your mind around considering how bright and beautiful it is in our night sky. But our moon is a bit of a mystery. There's a lot going on behind that lunar glow. And today, we're going to be telling you about the dark side of the moon. If you like scary things and space stuff, then make sure to stay tuned for more videos just like this one. Let's get into it. You may have heard this before, but only one side of the moon can be seen from Earth. Scientists call the side we see the near side, and the side we do see the far side. For the longest time, all we knew about the moon's far side was that it existed. We didn't actually get any photos of it until 1959 when the Soviet Union sent up the Luna 3 spacecraft. This mission was supposed to take photos of the moon's surface while it was orbiting the Earth. But because of technical difficulties, the spacecraft ended up taking pictures of the far side instead. These images were incredible, and the world had its first good look at the other side of the moon. What makes the far side of the moon so interesting is that it doesn't receive radio signals from Earth. In fact, it's completely silent. Because of the way the moon orbits Earth, the near side is able to pick up our radio waves, and we're able to use this to communicate with satellites. But once a satellite crosses over the far side, they lose contact with us and can only send back data after they pass back over the near side. But there's something else that happens on the far side of the moon that's really strange. All of the radio waves we send out also get bounced back, creating static. This means that if you wanted to set up a base on the far side of the moon, it would be very difficult to communicate with the outside world. Because of this, a lot of people believe that the far side of the moon is uninhabited and is basically a giant dead zone. But this might not always have been the case. Back in 2020, researchers discovered evidence of what could have been an ancient civilization on the moon's far side. While looking at satellite images, these scientists came across what seemed to be a huge wall on the moon. They believe that the wall could have been created by an advanced civilization that used to live on the moon. But the moon wall is definitely man-made. The question is, why? Who built it, and where did they go? Could there be other signs of life on the moon that we just haven't found yet? These are questions that NASA hopes to answer with their new mission to the moon. The Artemis missions are set to land astronauts on the moon once again, just like we did all those years ago. But these missions will take us farther than we've ever gone before. One of the most exciting parts of the Artemis missions is that they will be landing astronauts on the far side of the moon for the first time. We'll finally get a chance to explore this mysterious part of the moon and hopefully find out a few answers about the moon wall and the potential for ancient life there. But the Artemis missions won't just be exploring the surface of the moon. NASA has big plans to build a base on the moon. In fact, they want to build this base on the far side. There's a lot of benefits that come with building a moon base on the far side. For one thing, it would allow us to collect resources that are on the moon. NASA believes that the moon has vast amounts of water, ice, and other materials that we could use to sustain ourselves while living there. This would make it easier for us to stay on the moon for longer periods of time and conduct more research. Another benefit is that the far side of the moon is shielded from radio waves. This would allow us to use the far side of the moon as a place for communication. With a base on the far side, we could finally be able to talk to satellites without getting interrupted by static. Finally, setting up a base on the far side would give us an ideal location for observing space. Because of the way the moon rotates, the far side is in a constant state of darkness. This would make it easier to observe things like comets and asteroids that might otherwise be lost in the brightness of our sky. But building a base on the moon isn't going to be easy. Even though we've been to the moon before, we've never stayed there for more than a few days at a time. Setting up a base would require us to bring a lot of supplies and equipment to the moon, and we would need to figure out how to live there long term. But if we're able to pull it off, it would be a huge step for humanity. It would show us that we were capable of living beyond Earth and give us a new perspective on our place in the universe. The moon has fascinated humans for centuries. From the ancient Greeks who believed that the moon was a goddess to the modern astronomers who study it with powerful telescopes, the moon has captured our imaginations. The moon has inspired countless works of art, literature, and music. It's a symbol of romance, adventure, and the unknown. But the moon isn't just a pretty face. It's a powerful force that affects our lives in ways we often don't notice. The moon's gravity pulls the tides, and its light illuminates our night sky. But the moon is also a reminder of our smallness in the face of the vast universe. As we look up at the moon, we're reminded that there's so much more out there that we don't understand. The moon is a source of wonder and inspiration, but it's also a reminder of the mysteries that still remain. NASA's plans for the future are exciting, but they also come with some risk. For example, one of the most exciting things about the Artemis missions is that they will take humans to the moon for the first time in over 50 years. But this also comes with a lot of risk. Going to the moon is dangerous, and astronauts will need to be prepared for anything. NASA is taking these risks seriously, and they are retaking every precaution they can to ensure the safety of their astronauts. But the risks are still there. Another exciting thing about NASA's plans is that they involve exploring new parts of the moon. For example, the Artemis missions will take astronauts to the South Pole of the moon for the first time. This is an area that has never been explored before, and it's full of potential discoveries. But it also comes with a lot of challenges. The South Pole is a very harsh environment, and astronauts will need to be prepared for extreme temperatures and difficult terrain. But these challenges also come with great rewards. As well, the Artemis missions will make some amazing discoveries that will teach us more about the moon and the universe. Overall, NASA's plans for the future are exciting and ambitious. They will push the boundaries of human exploration and discovery. They will teach us more about ourselves and our place in the universe. But they also come with a lot of risks and challenges. Only time will tell how these plans play out, but one thing is for sure, they will be an incredible adventure. If you enjoyed this video, please let us know in the comments down below. We hope you learned something new, and we hope you stay tuned for more videos in the future. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.